Hello, my hosts, and welcome to another editing live stream. Today we are doing a little bit. Oh, I've got the wrong screen up. That tends to happen. Hi, New Haven. Also trying out a new rendering engine for my model. So if I look jank, oh yeah, I'm using my other model, the one that I'm just gonna adjust my position here. The one that sort of looks a bit relaxed. Yeah, and it has my glasses. I like my cute glasses. All I want to do is change the screen I'm looking at. How do I do that? There. There we go. I'll just move myself over. Get into editing again. Can you build a program that can tell if another computer program would loop forever? Yeah, the more formal one. Also, the one I use when I'm giving lectures and stuff, because it's slightly less booby. The core question behind the Turing halting problem. We are going to use the same basic structure of proof that we used with Cantor. All right. Let's bring in an adjustment clip. And I can probably illustrate that. Hi, Jordan. I'm doing quite well. Let's set that to pink. Come into here. All right. Now, merge. Now, what I'm thinking is I'm going to illustrate the structure. Yeah. All right. In sort of steps. So S rectangle, which we need an S render for. There we go. All right. And we need an S merge. Let's not do that. Let's see if we can just do it with an S text. Sorry about all of this. All the S nodes are shapes, where it does renders using vectors, and then the vectors get turned into a raster by the S render. It gives some convenience. So that should have. That's interesting. Why doesn't that? Oh, it's gone into the wrong plug. There, that's better. Okay. Shading. Enable that. I want it at text level. Slightly rounded. Where's the button that makes it round? There it is. And let's use hyperlegible. There. Oh, how's it being buggy? It looks pretty normal to me, but is it not showing stuff or what? I hate how it puts the crowns up there. Uh, oh, okay. That can happen. Blue border. Okay, enable that one. Put a line around it. Thicken you up. Let's say you like that. Oh, that looks ugly. I wish it had a bit. Ah, let's go like that. And then same color, but we darken it slightly. There. First message, I see the first message I sent twice is not you, it's a whole lot of channels as well. Okay. I wonder why that is. I know that YouTube can swallow chat messages, especially if it's set, your thing is set to top chat rather than live chat. Copy that. Oh, should I undo that? Copy that there. Yeah. Fixed point. What do we call a function that doesn't have a fixed point? I mean, fixed point free gets confusing because it sounds like a thing. Let's see. Functions without fixed points. They're just called functions without fixed points. Okay. Makes sense. Out a fixed point. It's like person of no fixed abode. There we go. And we'll change the color there. So we're going to the shading. Well, that's a nice purple. And one last one. This is going to be a bright red thingy. Contradiction. There we go. We can do that in red, because red is the danger color. Should also do like an orange. No, that didn't give enough contrast. Actually, red and black. That looks scary. Okay, perfect. Let's adjust these. And we're going to put in the arrows. Ah, that's not going to work. I have to have my own arrows for this one. Okay. Which we do a S rectangle. I'm going to go S merge. Actually, no, S boolean, which we're going to use as a merge. I'm going to say union there. Make the whoops. Make the height come right down. A red and yellow work in the yeah. You got to get the right shade and hue for that type of effect. There you go. S N gone. not to be confused with an S polygon. Like that. A polygon with 3 sides, also known as a triangle. We set the width and the height to be the same. We shrink that down. That makes us a good arrow. Actually, it's going to have to be pretty short as well. So let's shrink it down like that. There. And reduce the width. So, oops. Reduce the height. So the thing looks in proportion. Yes, merge there. Replace. So style, what do we want it to look? I've already got purple. How about that sort of cyany blue? Okay. Yes. There. Go. SX form. We'll use S to place it in there. Like that. Rotation. And do a bit of size adjustment. A little bit more size adjustment. Ah. Yeah. Like I live beside a reasonably trafficked road. There we go. And we're going to need another one like that. You come down there. Okay. Now, if we look at is that clear and readable? Yeah, I think so. Let's introduce it in a fancy way. This rectangle. We'll start up here, being like that with a 0 height. We move it along that way. Oh, I also need to go back to the start. So I need to set the location. there, jump forward, move it down there, and then increase the height so it has the whole thing in it. Ah, I'm feeling very good today. The temperature is fine. My fan is doing its job, mostly. Actually, I might want to adjust my fan. There we go. And I am chilling with my editing, so things are good. Let's see how that turns out. Why is that not at the start? Have I made a boo-boo? Okay. I'm going to use the same... Has that gone into negative time or something? Hold on. Let's... We are going to use the same basic structure of proof that we used with Cantor. Yep, that works. Okay. We get to about that spot. Lock the keyframes in place. Go to the end. We move that down to the bottom. And we shrink the height to 0. Smooth those out. Let's see how that turns out as an animation. Mentor. Going to use the same basic structure of proof that we used with... Do I make editing tutorial videos? Because, yep, I actually have a playlist of editing tutorial videos as well with Cantor. I'm going to use the same... There we goes. Same proof that we used with... First, recall that we can turn any lambda expression... First, recall that we can turn any lambda expression into a number. All right. That is our first thing. I should illustrate that. If there are any topics you want me to cover, put it on the community page. And if I can, I'll look into seeing if I can do a editing tutorial video on it. All right. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Like that. There. First, recall that we can turn any lambda expression into a number. I should have some sort of illustration for that. I need a lambda expression to work on. There. anonymous function, lambda calculus. I just want okay, that was a good one. Okay, we open this up here. Let's see if that comes out. Okay. Let's increase the size of it so that's readable. Actually, I don't like that style. So what I'm going to do, bar arrow. No. Bar arrow maps to Unicode. Okay. There we go. Ah, there is a problem at that. Doesn't come up in that font. We'll have to find a font that supports it. There we go. It's a better font. Let's go through. I think the one that starts with C is actually a good one. Where is it? There. Of course, the math font. Like that. All right. Text. The only problem is I think I have a rather inconsistent style even within the examples, which I fear has problems. So let's go place each segment by a number. F in ASCII. I should know this off the top of my head, but I don't. Consult the ASCII chart. Lowercase f is 146. Hold on, what base is that in? That's an octal. Oh, decimal is 102. So let's look. Hi, Woogie Boogie. Good to see you. So 102 and X is 120. And bar arrow is 2186, which is what number in decimal? Is 8614. So 8614 210. Ah, good to see you as well. 120. Let's do that as a common sequence. Actually, let's copy all of that. Oh, consider a stretch. Yes, definitely. Let's. Where is there? Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Now let's see if this rendering system allows me to go more accurate. All right. Yep. Guys. All right. All right. Oh, hold on. Forgot to do this. I forgot to switch the background on. Can I lunge? Oh, I can lunge. Hold on. I wonder. Okay. Let's do a couple more stretches. Yes, I'm okay. Was just trying out some old kendo moves I used to know. And when you do kendos, you sort of stamp your foot when you do the strike. I am perfectly okay. So let's make a copy of that. Then copy that text into here. All right. Join those two with the 20. Oh, I'm going to have to go like that. Optical flow. I think it's silly to have to generate optical flow for a still image. You have to do it for some of these techniques. Yeah. Oh, it's been almost a lifetime since I've done it though. So that one's there. That one's there. I'm going to have to shrink that so it's fits on the screen. Use tween to join them. Okay. That looks good. So at the start, this is invisible. Done. Like that. First, recall that there, bring that up. We set that between 100% on that one. Just recall that we can turn any lamp. Go like that. All right. And the next bit would have to turn that number. Hold on, that number's wrong. Should be. Oh no, it's not. It's right. Can actually go like that. Actually, can. Pity we can't. Do another tween here. Join that one onto there. You onto there. You at 100. Go to the yellow spot. You to the green spot. You get turned into O like that. 0 like that. And like that. So where we are, we're here. Let's move forward a few more spaces. And this tween becomes that. Okay, let's see how that looks. Yep. There we go. First, recall that we can turn any lambda expression into a number by assigning a number to each character. First, recall that we can turn any lambda expression into a number. Turn any lambda expression Okay. First, recall that we can turn any lambda expression into a number by assigning a number. number to each character, and then using strings of numbers to represent that particular expression. Well, let's assume that some actually we can have that come out longer, and we can do the transformation slower so it's easier to read. All right. So let's go. First, no. Move that further into the future. This first one. Oh. That's fine. I've got to go here, remove that. Also got to purge the audio cache. First, recall that we can turn any lambda expression into a number by assigning a number. Okay, at that point, that should be fully tweened to the other side. So we'll do that. Yeah. Let's see how that turns out. First, recall that we can turn any lambda expression into a number by assigning a number to each. All right, let's look at this one. Gotta remove that one from there. To each character, and then using strings of numbers. Okay. Let's go to about that point. Bring the interpolation up to 100%. And that should be 0. Then we go to the end. Move back a little bit from the end. And have a fade out. All right, see how that looks. First, recall that we can turn any. I think I want to actually give it a bit of a clue. So what I'm going to do is go add a transform here. Like that. Here the aspect ratio is 1. And at that point, it's on the A screen. Switch over to the B buffer. Like that. We go to AB. I want aspect ratio adjusted. And perhaps some other things. Oops. Okay, so it should be at wide. The location's going to have to move, so I'm going to have to go back up here. Set the center. Go back. Move it up. Up. That's not what I want. You behave. Move it forward a little bit. Okay. Now, how does that merge look? Let's set it on 2. First, why is that not doing anything? That we can turn. Ah, it is. Okay, cool. Any land expression into a number by a number. Alrighty. That's fine. Oh, had some problems with encoding there. Probably dropped a few frames. First, recall that we can turn any lambda expression into a number by assigning that should be wider. What is up? The opposite of down. Okay, you're going to have to adjust size for that. Probably aspect ratio as well again. Okay. There. All right. I keep. You're tired. Oh, what a pity. A little bit more size. Can you not? Okay. Move down. Move down a little bit more. If I heard it Formula Editathon, yes. It's for the th sound. It's awesome. Okay, move that up so it's lined up properly. There. Now it's too long. That's frustrating. Hold on. Hold on. Move that more back. Okay, I think that's more in line. Okay, maybe a bit further that way. All right, how does that come out? Uh, oh, that's at the wrong spot. Okay, I guess that's fair. Uh, yeah, Totally agree. To each character. All right. Then using strings of advanced. Wonder if we boost up the smoothness. First, will that have a better effect? Recall that we can turn any lambda. Guess so. Makes everything more wiggly. Into another. Oh, good advice. Let's just do that. All right. Signing a number to each. First, recall that we can goes like that. Any lambda expression into a number by assigning a number to each. Okay, I think that works. First, recall that we can turn any lambda expression into a number, assign a number to each character, and then using strings of numbers to represent that particular expression. Let's assume that some program written in lambda calculus that takes a lambda. Now this rest I'm going to have to do via more advanced editing processes. So we'll do that off channel. That's the button I wanted. Where's the button that I want? Let's get back to my main room then. Yeah, I should actually grab a bite to eat. Thank you, everybody, for joining me as I edited more of my Lambda Calculus video. And I will stretch after the thing. Tomorrow we'll be playing some RimWorld, so I hope you can join me for that. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please watch my edited videos, and I hope to see you later. Bye-bye.